Didn't Emily and Casey Tyler drop the class?
Yep, so they're the other two. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna sing for you today too. Because I, like yourselves, need to keep practicing. What? Okay. Who's conducting today? Okay, today's a challenging hymn, but we're going to walk through it all together before, so you'll feel really comfortable. Okay, so we're doing hymn number 30. And it's tricky for, let's see if, sometimes our projector is working and sometimes it's not. If not, we'll use on standby, on green. We're gonna try to walk through it so that we're not panicking. We'll see if our projector gets going. Sorry, I was running in here late. Okay, it looks like our projector might work. Okay, so this one is tricky because there's two different time signatures. Thank you. So it starts off, there we go. It starts off in 4/4 for 2 measures, and then goes to 3/4 for 2 measures, and 4/4 and 3/4. So we have to switch back and forth. So if we remember our 4/4 pattern, 1 across your body, okay? But then when we do 3/4, it's 1 and out. So you have to think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and go out. 3, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense? Yeah. Then there's one other tricky thing, but it's not going to be super scary once we get to it. By the way, I think I know your husband.
Takashi?
Does he ever go by Taco?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I totally know your husband. She wrote about him in a paper. I was like, oh, I think I know him. He's so funny. Okay, we'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah, and talk to me about that too.
Okay.
Because I worry I might have put an assignment in the wrong place.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have another tricky thing. So we'll scroll down, which is this fermata right here, the little dude hiding behind a wall. And we already talked about it, but can anyone remember what we do when we have a fermata? You hold and then what? And then you just redo the beat that you just did. So what beat is this?
3.
Beat 2. 1. It's a third note, you're right, but beat da, da, da. So we'll go 1 to 2, and then you just do 2 again. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 1. Got it? So no panicking, we can do this. We'll just sing on the soprano line today, and everybody stand up. I will keep up on the scrolling. We can do it. Sorry. Just do the last chord or something. Come, come, ye saints, not on our labor fear, but with joy
Zoom, sorry.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we're so thankful for this day and for the opportunity we have to come and gather and improve upon our talents. We ask you to bless us with thy spirit today, that we'll be able to feel peace and comfort as we perform and as we learn new skills. We ask you to bless that we will be able to retain what we learn and share those talents with others. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all doing your class responsibilities. That helps so much. Okay, let's see. A few things to talk about. So I made mention about next week. Okay, next Tuesday, your practice records are due. So make sure that you have that written out, kind of like a weekly total and then a total. And however you decide to turn that in will be fine. Let's do it like on iLearner, turn it in by paper. So you can print it off if it's on a computer or scan it if it's in a calendar or whatever. Yes?
You want like a little blurb about what we did?
Yeah, it's the little thing, you can just kind of list each day, you know, like the 2 or 3 things that you work on. Attendance is due, so if you missed a class, get the video and turn in just a couple of notes about that day, just what you saw, and then the absence just disappears. It's amazing. It's like your sins being white as snow. Then if you missed lab, don't worry about if you missed a lab, like, you know, in the first couple of weeks when we were adding, we'll talk about that. So that won't really factor into our midterm grade after that, but there will be a way for if you missed because you added this in the semester late or whatever, there'll be a way for you to make up for that. Okay. Program info, you're doing this program, right? Good, because I told people to start emailing you. So can I just give them your BYUI email? Yeah. Okay. Do we have a marker? Maybe we don't have a marker. Yes. Okay, so you need to send information to Rachel immediately. That's your biggest homework this week, besides just, you know, turning in assignments that you're missing or whatever. We won't have an actual assignment due next week because we'll pick out your 3rd song next week. I don't know if that's what it says in the calendar, but we'll pick out your 3rd song during lab next week, and so then we'll have assignments due after that. But the big assignment is to email Rachel like today or tomorrow. Please, please do not wait, okay? Rachel needs time to put the program together.
What information
And I will tell you that now. So do song, composer, or if there's no composer, you can do an arranger. If there is a poet listed, do the poet. Oh, and I should also say for the composer, do birth date and death date. You just type it in parentheses like that. And then we'll kind of go over how to do that. I can send you, you know, a few examples, okay? So please send that to her, be a good colleague, and get this done. It's really easy, right? You just pull out your book and type it down, and then send it to her email. And except for one of you two will have sing in the other recital. Does it matter which of you, do either you care who, if you go a little earlier, I mean, it's just an hour separate. Okay, then why don't we say you do the earlier one? Is this the class that's going in the recital hall? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll have you go, it's in 181 at 6 p.m. And here's the email address for me to send your program to. I'll just leave that with you for a second. Okay. Awesome. So does anyone have questions about it? So the recital isn't this Saturday, but the Saturday after that at 7 p.m. So we'll do call time at 6:30. And let's just say call time here, because there's probably something going on in the recital hall.
It ends at 5, but yeah, they'll probably be cleaning up.
Oh, yeah, we'll just kind of see. Actually, if the recital hall is open, that would be good, because we'll have both class. Anyway, we'll kind of make it work, but just know we're probably in here or in the recital hall, and yeah, it'll be awesome. Recital starts at 7, and we'll kind of practice this, but just know in your head that when we perform in the actual performance, when the person before you finishes bowing and the audience is clapping, you start walking on. Okay? We are going fast. We're not gonna clap for one, have them walk off, stop, clap for the next person. We gotta go really fast. Because we got a lot of singers and we don't want this recital to go on for all night long. We want it to be short and sweet and really fun and exciting. Okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. We'll practice a little bit. Yeah?
Where are we gonna be sitting? Like, are we gonna be sitting with our families or?
I'll think about, no, what we'll really do is we'll have you sneak out like 4 or 5 people before you sing, and I'll show you where to stand. Okay? So you can like go out in the recital hall, you can go out of the back of the recital hall and walk down through the building and then enter in the side doors. So we can kind of go over that night. Okay, so you'll walk in through the swinging doors and walk off, and then you can go back up and sit with your families. Okay, good question. Alrighty, now where do I stick my folder? Over here. Okay. Recital groups, programming through, everything due next week, pick third song. Okay? Okay, so Isaac, if you want, you can sing today. Sing your second song today. I know you weren't thinking that you were going to, but you missed when you had that test.
Okay.
So you should just do it today.
I should just do it today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
There you go. That just crossed my mind.
It was funny because we just gave a fist bump because he wasn't signed up for today, and I was like, you're good.
And now you're signed up for today.
Right afterwards, you're like, want to go today?
Just just do it. Okay, so I'll start, I'll sing. And if you guys want, okay, oh, there is one more big thing. Okay, so next week, I know all of our things are due, and it's our last class period, but I have an audition in Salt Lake, so I will not be here for this class period. I think that the class should still meet and just take attendance and listen to each other sing so that the people who are signed up to sing next week will still have an audience. And then what you'll do is just take a few turns saying positive things that you noticed about their performance, things that they're doing, okay? So that they can be getting some feedback. No negative feedback, no work on this, we'll leave that to me because I'm the only negative one here. The rest of you will give some positive feedback. Okay, does that sound okay? Then as far as stuff to turn in, I don't know, what's a good solution for that? I don't want to leave it for another week because then that starts pushing into our time for our third song.
Should we just turn it in through iLearn?
Turn everything in through iLearn
Or in our labs.
or in your lab next week. Okay, is that fair? Okay, plan on that. Turn it in on iLearn or turn it in your lab. And I don't think any of your labs will be affected by that. Yeah, we should be good. Okay, cool. Yes, like I said, it's audition season for singers, so I'll be traveling a little bit through from here to the rest of the semester doing a few things. I think that's the only class period I'll meet. If I have to miss a lab, we'll kind of work around that. But
What are you auditioning for?
oh, just like different shows and for different opera companies and things like that. So yeah, that's fun.
That's exciting.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Are you excited about well, how many are you doing?
This year I'm doing a lot less. Last year I auditioned for like 45 or 50 companies.
Wow. How many are you doing this year?
This year way less, like 4.
39.
Oh, really? That's good. That's less stress.
Yeah, oh, it was a lot.
Yeah, no kidding.
It was a killer. Okay, so I'm gonna practice one of my audition arias for you. I have an audition this Saturday, then one next Tuesday. You know, it just kind of starts going, so it's fun.
Do you still get nervous for your auditions?
Of course, but it just kind of gets to the point where you audition and perform so much. It's just kind of like it's like another practice, which that's really what you guys should be thinking of. I really try to get out of my head like the performance day is the thing. No, it's not. It's not like you've arrived and you know everything about singing at the performance. You know what I mean? It's just another practice. It's just people are there watching you. And then you'll have another practice performance later and another one. So it just kind of gets not as big of a deal. I say that, but then I get nervous anyway, so. Especially because I've got to get a job. Okay, would one of you come start the music? Could you do it? And then you could just sit right back down.
Okay. Yeah, just show me how.
Yeah, it's just on YouTube, so you just push play. Push play after I lift my head up.
Okay.
And then could one of you film me as well, just because I would recommend practicing filming yourself in the practice room. You just like set up your phone in the corner. It helps obviously so that you can hear things, but also so you notice if you're doing like little things while you're singing, which we all do, you know, so that's what I would recommend. And then could you film me? Thank you. I need to get a drink though. I've been talking and talking. Hello, my name is Evan Dunn, and today I will be singing Hai già vinta la causa from Mozart's Le Nozze di Figaro. Hai già vinta la causa, cosa sento? In callaggio io cadea. Perfidi, io voglio di non modo punirvi, ma piace il mio la sentenza sarà. Ma se pagasse la vecchia pretendente, pagherà in qua maniera, e poi di Antonio all'incognito Figaro ricusa di dare una nipote in matrimonio, motivando l'orgoglio di questo mendicanto. Tutto ciò vandrà tiro, il colpo è fatto, vedrò mentre io sospiro, felice osservo mio. Perché invade io e consterno fra, vedrò per man d'amore unita un fide oggetto, in me ne son affetto, e per me poi non ha, e per me poi non ha. Vedrò sospiro felice un servo mio, vedrò che ben corrido e in cose terre fra, vedrò per gran amore, ogni tan vile oggetto, in me deston affetto, che per me poi non ha, che per me poi non ha. Vedrò, 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 vedrò. Ah no, lasciarti pace, non fo questo contento. Non nascesti audace, non nascesti audace, e dare a me tormento, e forse por perire di mia infelicità. Già la speranza sola delle vendette mie, quest'anima consola, mi giubilar mi fa, e giubilar mi fa. Ah, che lasciarti in pace non fo questo contento. Tu non nascesti audace, e dare a me tormento, e forse col perire di mia infelicità. Già la speranza sola delle vendette mie, quest'anima consola, e giubilar mi fa, e giubilar mi fa, e giubilar mi fa, e giubilar mi fa, e giubilar mi fa. Thank you. Alrighty.
I got real scared.
Dang, that was so good.
You got really, really pissed off. You looked scary.
I was singing about how bad your grades are going to be at the end of school. Just know. Okay, let's go down. Who's singing again? No? One? No, you're singing. Oh.
Yeah, I am, but one.
One. We're going down the line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And just go ahead and bring up your music for me. And you got this. You're not first. I meant 2 because I was 1.
Oh, okay.
So all the pressure's off.
Okay.
So funny. We just like, you got it.
Just one sec.
I'm so nervous.
The dudes?
You're good.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Ayala, and today I will be singing Somewhere Out There, composed by Cynthia Wheeler.
Great. It was really engaging. I felt like we collectively as an audience, I don't know, but I felt like we believed that you were in the scene, that you were committed to what you were saying. You thought out kind of, looking around so that it seemed pretty natural.
Yeah.
And that was really great.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. Now, I know we've talked about this before, but the first thing that goes when you get in front of an audience is our breath, right? It's that fight or flight. And all of a sudden, yeah. Melodi's
I already feel
so
that.
excited for that. Okay, and we have to train our bodies to know a way to get over it, right? And that's the tricky thing. It doesn't come overnight. That's why the more you get in front of people, you guys should all go to your music coordinators and say that you want to sing a song in church. Seriously, you're not getting a grade, so you should do it. And just the more that you get up and do it, the more comfortable you'll get, right? And that's kind of the point. So a few ways to kind of teach our bodies to get engaged is, well, I'm going to show you one right now. Okay, so we're going to have a little epic battle right now. So put your hands up, and I want you to push against me. Get in fight stance, okay? Push. Now sing somewhere out there. Go.
Somewhere out there.
Push.
I'm waiting.
Push.
Beneath the pale moonlight.
Do you already hear how different that is than when she was singing? Even, especially going up beneath the pale moonlight. You just like toss it up there, like I don't even care. Beneath the pale moonlight, and it was just like seamless. Okay, do it again. Seriously, I know, and you're gonna run out of breath in the middle because you're like doing all. It doesn't really matter. The point is to connect to your core. Okay,
Okay.
try it again. Ready? You go.
Someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight.
So good. And I know you didn't pick out these shoes for your epic battle, but thanks for going with me. Okay, so you can do this on your own. You can push against a wall. You could get an exercise band and put it underneath your foot and just pull. You could get a kind of weighted ball and toss it back and forth. Something that just gets your body engaged. Okay, obviously eventually you have to learn how to just support when singing. But I get that, it's these new coordinations that we're not used to. So part of it is practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing, and part of it is we've got to gain, facility with our whole body, right? And that helps, okay? So some of the best times that I sing, seriously, in my whole life, are when I run into a lesson or I run into my office and I start singing and I'm breathless like this. And I start singing, and of course I have to breathe more often. I can't even sing a whole phrase because I'm out of breath. But I'm connected to my core because I'm breathing, and your core is engaged, and all of a sudden it's just like easy to sing all those high notes that I never could do before. Okay, so I want you to, beside all of our breathing and getting your ribs engaged and tucking and all of those things that you practice every day, is find a way to get your core engaged. Okay, exercise a little, for goodness sake. Go on a walk. Do some yoga, go to the gym, find something that you like. It doesn't matter what it is. Seriously. It's like people are always debating. We were talking about this in the gym the other day.
Yeah, remember how you exercise too? Getting swole
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. Zebra's getting super swollen. Zebra doesn't do front flips anymore.
You should.
Yeah. But whatever it is that you like to do, just find something that you like. Seriously, just going on a walk. I walk with my kids every day. I've seen some of you out when I'm walking. I'm always out there. Yes, I saw you the other day.
I've seen you multiple times. I don't know if you've actually seen me, but
I don't remember seeing you, but shout out.
she's been across the street. I've been walking to her from the temple, and I'll see you.
Oh, yep, because I live right down there, so we walk up to the temple like every day. Just get outside, walk a little bit, connect your core. First of all, it's good for your whole body and your soul. And it'll help your singing a little bit. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Alrighty. Oh, I saw you music.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. By the way, I have the tuned up version on my laptop,
Okay.
so that I can actually see.
Can you guys stay after for just 2 minutes? Because we need to talk about what's the best way to get all the music. Maybe we should create a playlist.
Sure.
Do you think that would be easier? Probably.
Yeah, it would be super easy. Just like then you can just go. Oh.
Okay.
We can also mix it together if you want.
Once we get the program, we'll get the program.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Doing mashups.
And then we're gonna get some backup dancers. It'll be really good.
We'll have you on the mic. You'll be, 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
I like
So,
the head nod on her.
Rachel will get our program ready, and then we'll do. I think we'll do that. So I guess we don't need to talk after. So can everyone just email you their files? I mean, they can tell you, unless it's not.
I could just go through the list that people have.
Right. But then if they have a different one, like he's got one tuned up or someone's seen, then they could just email those to you, right? And you can stick them in.
Wait.
Oh.
Was it not this one?
We might. Let me do this.
You want me to email it to you? Oh.
Try it again. No, that's not going. Okay, try this one. Got this. It's just another practice.
It's
just
true.
Like every day.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey Slott and I will be singing Flor Blanca Flor, arranged by Scarlett Antelowski.
Good. So tell us a little bit about what you're envisioning in this song.
Well, it's a song that's Mexican, so I was doing it from the perspective of somebody that I actually met on my mission in Mexico, and it's the dad of a really cool family, very humble family, and he was basically just super in love with his wife, and his wife is just this little lady who's like has a crippled arm, and their family is big. They have like 5 kids, but I was imagining that it's like him coming home from work. She's had a really tough day with her kids. Some of them are like rebellious and everything. And so he's like singing to her to try and like help her feel special.
Oh, that's good. Good.
So
Awesome. Yes, and I think we're getting that. Like, it's just really,
I don't know why I got tripped up on the freaking.
It's okay. It's kind of repeats and switches back and forth, and it'll come good. So one thing that I would say, I actually like that you took some steps. So in the recital hall, I guess the space is probably a little bit wider than this, but I would just be careful about getting too close up to the audience, just because it starts to feel like, just really, really close. So I would take a few steps when you want to, but maybe take a few steps like this way, like, hey, just got home from work, or whatever, and then maybe walk. So that, yeah, and you don't want to walk too much, but like you're a couple of places where you decided, like, I'm gonna walk, make sure that it's on purpose. Yeah, I liked that. Good. Did you guys notice his vowels? Do any of you else speak Spanish? Yes, well, yes, we talked about that. It's just super bright vowels. Ah, chaparrito. Say that. Chaparrito. Yes, that's how bright our vowels should be in English when we sing too. That's what we're working on. And a few of you have had labs already this week, but we're kind of working on getting our other vowels to match the bright E. But I just wanted to point out that's a really good example. Obviously he speaks Spanish, but he was able to really find those vowels. So take those vowels, and on our next song, make that work, okay? You guys thinking Christmas? Because song 3 is coming. Find a Christmas song that works for you. If you can't find one that works for you, let's find a song that works for you. But look through the Christmas repertoire. And I said this in my other classes, but I guess you can sit down. You did a great job. It's really fun. Don't pick a song that's like so pop or something that's so crazy that I can't really coach you on it. You know what I mean? Like it can be like Broadway-ish, jazzy, or like typical Christmas songs. But I don't even know if I can think of a really good example.
Sally DeFord has a website and she has a lot of Christmas things.
Oh yeah, so there's a good option for you. So if you have ideas, that's good. I just
So Christmas is like this word. Christmas is it. Like on Christmas.
No, pick a song that's good for your voice. Okay. Look in the Christmas repertoire and see if you can find something that fits you and that would work for you, and bring it to me. And try to find something that's kind of like the same range as the second song that we've been doing, unless we've talked about going a little higher. You might try something a little higher too. Yes.
Is there a time limit? Like how long it is?
I didn't think about it, but I mean, it definitely shouldn't be over like 4-ish minutes,
Okay.
Like on average 2 to 3 minutes, pretty short, sweet. Okay, who is next?
Throw this away for your sake.
Yes. Let's see, is this under the traditional songs?
You're good. My favorite Christmas song of all time. Christmas song by Nat King Cole. There it is. Hey. Good to go? Sweet.
Hello, my name is Isaac Diedich, and I will be singing Der Mai ist gekommen by Emmanuel von Geibel.
Oh, it's not working, sorry. I need to switch it back.
Now I'm out of my zone.
Yep, I know. It's all ruined. Okay.
Ist gekommen, die Bäume schlagen aus, der Leiber Belust hat mit Sorgen so aus, wie die Wolken dort wandern am himmlischen Sand. So steht mir der Sinn in die weite, weite Welt. Der Mai ist gekommen, die Bäume schlagen aus, der Weiber den Durst hat mit Sorgen so aus, wie die Wolken dort wandern am himmlischen Sand. So steht mir der Sinn in die weite, weite Welt.
Thanks for jumping in and doing that. I actually have no idea what time it is. 4.
4:02.
Okay. We're not late. Good. Oh, and if you pick a German Christmas song, you'll just automatically get an A in the class. So
Alright, I know what I'm doing.
just kidding, but I just really love German. Zin, make it a little more it. Zin.
Sinn.
Yes.
Sinn. Der Sinn.
Der Sinn in die weite, weite Welt. Gut. Zu. That one's still sounding like.
Zu.
Yeah, zu. Sorgen zu Haus.
Zu
So
Haus.
think Teens.
Zu Haus.
Yes.
Okay.
Ja, genau.
Genau. Das ist ja
Wie
genau.
die Wolken dort waren an himmlischen Zeit, so steht.
So.
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 This one is.
Oh, so.
So
Yeah.
steht mir. So
So
steht.
steht.
Your tongue. The tip of your tongue is kind of coming up.
Okay.
Put your tip down.
So
Say
steht.
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 Now say steht.
Steht.
Yes, it's
Okay.
almost E. So steht mir der Sinn in die weite, weite Welt. Good. Let's do it again. Die Mai, ready, add.
Der Mai ist gekommen, die Bäume schlagen aus.
Kommen,
Kommen,
men, kommen.
kommen.
Yes, 1, 2.
Der Mai ist gekommen, die Bäume schlagen aus. Da bleibe Gelust hat mit Sorgen zu Haus.
Good.
Wie die Wolken dort wandern am himmlischen Zelt.
Good.
So steht mir der Sinn in die Sinn in
Ja, der Sinn in, ready, and.
der Sinn in die weite, weite Welt.
Good. Sehr gut.
Danke.
Okay, just, and now, in your practicing, I know you weren't planning on preparing today, but it's got pretty, like, I'm thinking of the words, I'm thinking what comes next. So, just kind of get some of those jiggles out of your body.
Okay.
Not jiggles, but like, what am I, wiggles, wiggles, get your wiggles out. And so that you can, stand and present and think about your character and scene and all of those
Yeah.
things, so.
Cool.
Nice. You got this, just a sec. Okay.
My name is Malati Fernquist, and I'll be singing Red is the Rose by Scarlett
Antelotsi.
Antelowski. Okay.
You know what? Anyone that is arranged by someone, like Scarlett Antelossi did most of the songs in this book. A few, there were a few others, but you can even just say the traditional song, Red is the Rose.
Okay.
So just think about that as you're preparing. You don't have to say who the arranger is. Cool. Good. I'm so sorry. You were sick yesterday too. I just remembered that while you got up here.
Yeah.
You are.
You can hear it a little bit, I guess.
You are so awesome for getting up here and doing that. Good. And good transitions. Okay, it's going to get stronger when we keep figuring out your tongue, which you have been doing. The trickiest thing is getting it into all of your vowels now, right? Like we've made some really great strides on E. E, and keeping your head voice strong. And now we just need to get it in your other vowels, like do, is a ta, oh, and it's mostly tongue.
Okay.
Yes, and so we're going to play with that, but just for fun. Oh, to get my phone again. Say and try to keep your tongue. I don't know how well you can all see my tongue, but keep your tongue in the same place as much as possible. The front of your tongue will stay in the same place. It stays energized in the front of my mouth, right? You can see that. The back of the tongue does have some changes because otherwise it would stay the same vowel, right? But we've got to keep the brightness in your sound, so we keep the energy right there in the front. There's not much difference there. Try it. Ready? And don't let your tongue drop. I saw go whoop.
Did it? Oh.
On the ah,
Okay.
which is very normal because when we speak we say ah with a flat tongue. And then all of a sudden in singing we have to like do all this weird stuff. I know, it's tricky. Try it again. Yeah. Now say, if we can, this is what we're working toward. Over the hills. That's a good kind of point to remind yourself where your kind of E places. Come over the hills to your door, holy. Okay, try it. Ready? Yes, it started here and then went.
Yeah, I felt it move.
Yes. Keep playing with it. Try it again. Over the hill. Ready? Keys. Good. Ready? Yes. Oh, holy. I know. I'm asking you to like jump over the moon right now. This is a work in progress, but this is kind of what we're moving towards. Okay? Nice work. Beautiful singing. Thanks for getting up here. Okay. Great job, everybody. You're doing great. You're going to be well prepared for your recitals if you just keep up on your practicing. And so I'll see you in labs this week. We'll have labs next week. Meet here in this room for class next week, even though I won't be here. And then get all of your assignments done. Okay? You can do it. You're gonna make it. I know. I got. I couldn't get into a lot about Canvas this last week. So Affix 2 is technically due today. Yeah, but we'll just get it.
We're like the first time acting it out and everything.